Hello guys and girls, it's the infamous Caveman here. I just wanted to give you a quick welcome to episode 2 of this Let's Play of Rimworld. I just wanted to take a quick moment just to thank you all for the support in the first video. I do appreciate it, it does go a long way. Hope obviously you enjoy the action in episode 2 and the oncoming episodes that we will have for you. I'm going to try and keep to as steady upload schedule as we can, and of course any questions, anything that you believe would help, please leave a comment below. We've got a dead hare here, obviously must have been killed by the fox. Again, that will happen, the wildlife will attack random things. So we're going to butcher the creatures and we're going to just set it as forever. What that will do is whenever there's a creature that needs to be butchered, it will butcher that creature. And that's what we're looking to do. We're obviously just going to look to get as much meat as we can. Meals ready for the colonists, but we're going to need meat and we're going to need vegetables as well. You need a portion of meat and a portion of veggies if you're going to make the starter food. If you're going to just cook meals, you just need 10 of each. So either 10 meat to make one meal or 10 berries to make one meal. Now, as we said, we're already starting to starve, which we thought was going to happen. So we are going to look at the map. If you double click on something you want to look at, it will highlight all of them in your area. So we've not got too many actually near us that are ripe. We've got them 3 there, so we're going to harvest them. And we've got 3 there, or 2 that are ready to be harvested, and we've got that one. But what we're going to do is we're going to obviously try and get a bit of food from there. Alternatively, we are going to hunt some wildlife. We've got some deers down here that we could go after. They will fight back. When you're looking at your wildlife tab, it gives you things that are specific predators that will potentially, if it runs out of food on the map, so for example the other animals that it can attack and eat, it will come after your colonists. So that's something that you have to be careful of when you are hunting wildlife for food. Make sure you're not taking all of the wildlife or a good chunk of the wildlife out, because if you've got more predators than you have normal wildlife, you will get into a bit of bother at times. So this is where we want to find something where we can hunt and we're not going to have the risk of it turning and attacking us. Now the only things that I can see around here that are going to be fairly okay in terms of doing that is going to be these deer. So we're going to go after the deer. They won't attack us if we go to hunt them. So that's not something that we have to worry about initially. We're going to do that, and the people that are assigned to hunting, they're going to go off, do what we need them to do. The others are still obviously, we've now got Sad Wanderer, which unfortunately is one of the hunters. So because if we look at his mood, it is below 27%. Like we said at the start, below 35%, he's going to have a minor break. The Sad Wanderer is a minor one. It means he'll just walk around now and not do anything. He'll just walk around aimlessly. We can't control him. We can't draft him if we're going to get attacked. We can't do nothing. He'll have the little thunderbolt next to him and it'll tell you what he's doing. So he's a Sad Wanderer at the moment. So what we want to do and what we're going to need to do now is get some food ASAP. Because without the food, this is where we're going to go wrong. Because they're not going to eat. They're going to start eating the raw food, which isn't going to help, but it will do for now. We're going to build a roofed area. We are going to go cook simple meal and do it until we have, and this is another thing that we want to do, once we've got a fridge, we can just leave that on cooking forever, to a degree if you wish, or you can use this setting. Now these settings are handy because you can cook a certain amount and unpause at a certain amount. So we're going to go for 20, and at 12 we're going to unpause. So when we get down to 12 meals, it will unpause and it will allow the cook to re-cook more meals. If it's above 12, they won't be able to. It'll be suspended so they can focus on other jobs. What we don't want, again at the start, we don't want him just constantly cooking. Other people that I know, they will make paste instead, but again it's something that you would have to research at this level, and that's quite an efficient way of doing it because the machine will always just generate paste. You won't have to do any of that yourself. I'll show you it. Obviously in this playthrough my plan is to try and show you everything and build you everything there is to build, so at least you get a good true look at every single part of the game and all the buildings. Obviously feel free, if you've never played it before, pick a copy up from Steam. It is a very addictive game. Like I said, the main element of it where you are always trying to win, the amount of times that you will lose gives that bring back appeal. It is replayable. Everything is always different. There's never one save that I've played in the years of playing this that has ever been the same. And I think that for me brings me back constantly because it is exciting. Anything can happen at any point, and it will always just mean that your saves are different, like I said. So we're starting to get some food going. Obviously, because we haven't got the fridge and it is still outdoors, they will spoil in 4 days. The meat will spoil in 1.9 days. So obviously we want to use the meat as soon as we've got the meat, make the meal, because the meal will last slightly longer than what the meat will last. The berries will last for 14 days, so that's fine. So at the moment we've got 3 meals and 27 berries, so we've got a bit of food, so the starvation should start going. He's still starving because he had his sad wander, if you remember, and now he's sleeping because he passed out. So now we've got to wait for his rest to go up for him to finally eat, which then will get rid of his other negative debuffs that he's got. Oh, we've had a fox kill the raccoon, sorry, and we've got a squirrel there that we can use as well. So again, straight away, my cook's butchered it, got the meat from it, so we can use it. The only fear that we've got is we have got the red fox here, and we've got the lynx near us. Now, if they run out of food in this area, they could turn on us and start obviously trying to eat our animals that we've got, because in this save, you do get spawned with 3 animals. So we've got a Yorkshire Terrier, we've got a Labrador, and warg here. Now the wargs are actually good pets to have, to be fair. We've got lucky with spawning a random one of them in. They are very resilient and they're very good at attacking, so we're going to go straight away. When you first come in, the training of all the animals, they'll have a bond, so they'll have a bond with someone in the camp. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone who is good with animals. They can just have a bond with whoever. So, for example, obviously this one's got a bond with Dragon. What we want to do is we want to look at the handle stats. Now, handle is obviously taming, training, harvesting resources from slaughtered animals, etc., etc. So we're going to go with Logger, who's the best. Again, Logger has got a minor passion in animals, so it's going to help him training the other animals that we have, because it's going to get that skill up quicker. So we can use that as an advantage to be able to then get more animals and get more wargs, or get any other predators that come around, because we can use the predators to then help attacking other tribes when we get either raided or when we go and raid. So yeah, so that's what we're going to look to do. We're going to get his animal training up, and we're going to carry on working on what we've got here. We're starting to get, the rice is almost done, which is good. We're at 64%. We've got a tiny bit of meat left over. We've got 1 meal. So again, we're going to have to go out and hunt. So we're going to go hunt these tortoises down here, and you'll see it's got a little red target on it when it is being hunted. We're going to watch Dragon try and attempt to hunt this tortoise, which, oh, okay, fair enough. After many missed attempts, 1 arrow kills it, which is always good. So we're going to go around and obviously just get some wildlife here that we need, make some more meals. Once we've got that, what will happen, the rice will be ready, and then we should have enough rice that should turn us over until the next season of rice. So once this is fully grown, all of this rice harvested hopefully will make us enough meals that then by the time that's grown back through, we would have just got to the end of the meals and we can then move on. One thing that we are going to do is we are going to build a walkthrough over there. Now we've got a tortoise revenge here, so because we are attacking it, it's now going to have revenge and come after our colonists. Now, some of the passive creatures, they won't actively come and attack you. So, for example, these rams will never come and attack me. However, when I'm hunting it, it will come and attack me. So if we hit it and it comes for revenge, it will come get us. So that's why we just have to make sure we are keeping our colonists away. We don't want to get involved too much in any altercations at the moment with any animals or people, really, because the medicine quality that we've got isn't great, and if we get an infection we could obviously end up losing someone, and at this stage we don't want to lose anyone. We are going to need as many people as possible to get this grown as quick as possible. So these are going to start working through, scorpions on one side and the other 2 on the other, so we're going to get through to this and this fertile ground a lot quicker. Okay, so now since we've been here for a while, obviously Gray thinks that we should now give our faction a name. So what should we call our faction? Now, I think it is only fitting that we call the faction the Infamous Caveman. Sorry, the Infamous Cavemen. There's obviously going to be more than just one, so we're going to put it as the Infamous Cavemen. Plan to do is give this out to you guys watching in the chat, but of course, and when we do other playthroughs in the future, of course, there'll be a lot more things that I'll give over to you guys that you can choose what you want it to be called. Obviously, we'll rename some of the colonists, so it gives it more interactive feel, and it means that you're more part of it. Obviously, the more I can get you involved, the more you're going to enjoy it, hopefully, and the more that we'll grow together, you know, as a community, and helps me grow as a channel. So for now, we're just going to go random. We're just going to keep clicking until we see one, and we are going to go for, let's have a look here, the orange grassland. I think that'll fit quite well. We're not wearing orange. I'd say it's more tan, but we'll go for that. Actually, do you know what? We'll call it tan grassland. We're all in tan. That's going to change eventually. The clothes will change, but we'll remember the roots and we'll remember why we called it that. So we'll go for tan grassland of the infamous cavemen tribe. Also, we've had a random event, which is good. Blues are something that's positive. We've had sheep join, which is going to help us a lot in terms of the quality of food that we need. Now, this is where we need to make a decision. We need food now to carry on progressing, but we can still hunt what we've got. And what we can do with the sheep is we can make a little pen, and we can make it that they obviously stay within that pen. We can grow food for them. We've only got male sheep, which is a bit of a pain. But what we can do is then shear the wool. We can use the wool to then build to make clothes. So that is going to come in handy depending on what we want to do with the sheep. So for now, I will make a little pen, and maybe again, we spoke about it a second ago, but maybe I'll just see what the response is to this video and let you decide. You can choose what happens to the sheep, whether we slaughter them or whether we keep them and use them for the people that are involved. So that's up to you guys. I'll keep them for now. I'll keep them safe as much as I can. And what we'll do is we'll then put that down to you guys, what we look to do with the sheep. We're going to put their allowed area is down here. There isn't any hunters down here in terms of predators, so they should be pretty safe down here. And if we put them down there on their own, if we do get raided, there's not much chance of them getting attacked. So we're going to put all of the sheep down there. Hopefully, you know, if a trader comes along, has a female sheep, then we can use that and start breeding it and make a sheep farm. And that's where we can then sell the sheep that we've got for silver in order to buy other materials as well. So it's an ongoing thing. Like I said, every single skill and every single resource has a means to an end, and you can use every single thing. There's not a set resource that's not used for anything, you know, and that's the beauty of this game. Everything is used for something, and it's just how you maximize the use of that. And that's where you should really just try and maximize the use of all the events that you've got to try and help. We're going to harvest some of this hill root, just because we've still got 3 colonists that aren't really doing anything. We've finally built through, so we can now start using this fertile ground. Now what we're going to do is we are going to toggle the fertile ground. There we go. So we're going to toggle the fertile ground indicator while we build our growing zones. We're going to quickly pause it so nothing else goes on. That's the main thing. If you're ever looking elsewhere and you've still got it on 3 times, this area is not doing anything because there's no one here. But your whole game is still moving at 3 times. So make sure, obviously, you've got an eye on that. You don't want to be starting to get randomly attacked and then not having control over what's happening. So we're going to make a 6x5 grid there. We are going to then make a 7x4, which of course is going to form in. We're just going to quickly shrink that 1 by 1 just so we can make a separate one, because what I don't want is I don't want these all being the same plant. That's fine, we'll leave it like that. We can change it, but we're just going to leave it like that for now. So we're going to put it as strawberries. Strawberries again are quite quick to grow, and they are going to come in handy for when we've got the food shortage with the rice. So we've got this one and we've got this one. In here, I'm going to put this hill root. So because I've not had the warning pop up, that means that Logger is already at level 11. So we know we spoke about Dragon at being level 7. We've actually got a level 11 grower as well. But what I want is I want Dragon to get up to 8 because I don't want to just rely on one. If Logger dies, then we haven't got anyone that can grow hill root. So I'm going to take Logger off of growing for now and put the sole purpose just on Dragon. That then should help us boost him up to 8 to get us more people who can grow the hill root in the future. So we're utilising this fertile ground quite a bit. We're going to just extend now some of the bits just to mean that we've got extra strawberry bushes growing. Obviously every bush that we've got growing is better than having none. So our little farming area, we are going to go nice 8x7 and we are going to grow potatoes. Eventually we'll move the rice farm away and we'll have this here, and this here. So hopefully that will be a nice little farm that we're going to have there. Obviously as we grow, that's not going to be big enough for the colony. We're going to have more farms elsewhere. We can use the ground down here eventually. Again, this is a pretty secure area, so no one can get there. We've got this up here. And of course, we have got the other rich, fertile grounds around us. So that's something obviously to bear in mind. The quicker your food grows, the quicker you're going to be able to reproduce food, which I know sounds like common knowledge. But of course, if you're just relying on the 100% fertile ground, it's going to take a long time to get what you want. You're not going to get it straight away. Whereas in the 140%, that's going to grow a hell of a lot quicker than what it will here, which means our supply and demand for cooking is going to be less of a strain when we have got other areas as well. So our sheep are here. We're obviously still hunting some wildlife. We don't have any meals currently available. So what we're going to do, again, we're just going to harvest the berry bushes that we can. There's 3 there. We've got a random turkey there that we're going to hunt. Another turkey down there. Let's hunt that at the same time. Because we want to get as much as possible. Now, we've got a potential major break issue here. So what have we got wrong with her? So she's only got 35% food. She's resting, which is fine. She's eating raw food, which we know she was insulted. So they must have had disagreement. She's not enjoying the environment. Recreation unfilled, awful bedroom, blah, 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 which we know about. And there's eating without a table. Now, yeah, eating with a table is a bit of a meme in the Rimworld community. It's a massive thing. You know, someone not eating with a table can make them literally the most unhappy and make them lose their absolute mind. So we will have to get that fixed at some point as well. But we need to take things one step at a time. The table only gives us a -3, so it's not a massive deal. But of course, it is still something that's affecting things. So we're going to build another little room here. Now we're not going to use that as storage. Typically, I would use almost like a little storage room as a fridge off of my sort of cooking / butchering area, which we will do, but we're not going to there's no point of us actually worrying about it as such right now. So that's how I'm going to lay it out. And what I'm going to show you is, instead of having to just lay your blueprints out in terms of where you're going to build, you can go on orders and you can actually plan where you want to build things. And what that will do is it will lay out for you. So a little bit later, I'll look and go, oh yeah, I was going to build a little storage room there, and I can use that to my advantage rather than having to have the blueprints laid out, which they will automatically build. This, they won't build because there's nothing specifically there to build, and I can choose to do what I want with it. If I change my mind, I can simply just do that and remove it. But for now, like I said, we're going to keep that in there because that's where we're going to have our refrigerator once we get to that technology. At the moment, we can't do that because we're not going to be at that level of advanced technology for a while. In here, we're just going to have a little dining room, and we're going to start moving some stuff around to lay out the colony a little bit better. We're going to have a main room where we're going to have our workbenches. Obviously, this is where the bedrooms are at the moment. That will change. I'm probably going to have the bedrooms along here somewhere, maybe just going along so then they can all sleep here. We can have our workroom up here, maybe not that distance apart, but we'll sort something out. But what I think I'll do is I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Obviously, let me know what you think. This is a brand new adventure for me. I've always been interested in YouTube, always been interested in Twitch, watched countless hours of people doing YouTube, doing Twitch. So it's always something that I've had quite an interest in and quite passionate for. I do enjoy playing games, and it's something that I do quite a bit in my downtime. So I thought if I can start sharing that with you guys, have that interaction, and just see where we can get it. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. I've always, for maybe years now, thought, oh, maybe I should do that, maybe I shouldn't, maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't work. Well, do you know what? It doesn't really matter if it doesn't really work to start with. Nothing works to start with, and that's where you have to build on it and work as hard as you can to get to where you want it to be. And I just want to enjoy playing games and share that with people and see where we go. You know what I mean? So if you did enjoy the video, please like, subscribe, comment. Obviously all comments are going to help me. Anything that you think would help in terms of the quality, if there's anything wrong with the audio quality, the video quality, please do let me know. That's something that obviously I am going to be working on. This is just a very fresh setup. If there's any games that you'd like to see me play, again, put a comment in the comment section. I'm pretty much open to most games. I'll play anything from AAA titles to indie games. So I'm very open and very flexible. It just depends on what you guys want to see. So like I said, comment, subscribe, like, all that stuff, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you very much.